Welcome back. Attorney General Merrick Garland faced a series of attacks yesterday from Republican lawmakers during a hearing of the Senate Judiciary Committee. As is customary for an attorney general to do, Garland appeared before the new Congress to answer questions about a wide range of topics. But the AG spent most of the 4-hour hearing defending himself from Republican accusations of political bias.
I have to say I'm deeply disappointed in what the last 2 years have shown. In my judgment, the Department of Justice has been politicized to the greatest extent I've ever seen in this country. And it has done a discredit to the Department of Justice, to the FBI, and to the administration of law in this country.
I also want to at least respond to your characterization of the department, which
Sure.
I vigorously disagree with. I believe the men and women of the department pursue their work every single day in a nonpartisan and appropriate
General
way.
Garland, when rioters descended on the homes of 6 Supreme Court justices, night after night after night, you did nothing. Have you brought a single case against any of these protesters threatening the justices under 18 U.S.C. Section 1507? Have you brought even one?
Senator, you asked me whether I sat on my hands, and quite the opposite. I sent 70 United States Marshals.
Why are you unwilling to say no? The answer is no. You know it's no. I know it's no. Everyone in this hearing room knows it's no. You're not willing to answer a question.
When you issued your directive, when you directed your criminal divisions and your counterterrorism divisions to investigate parents who were angry at school boards.
I did not do that. I did not issue any memorandum directing the investigation of parents who were concerned about their children. The memorandum was aimed at violence and threats of violence against a whole host of school personnel. It was not aimed at parents making complaints to their school board.
Attorney General, are you cultivating sources and spies in Latin Mass parishes and other Catholic parishes around the country?
No, the Justice Department does not do that.
How many informants do you have in Catholic churches across America?
I don't know, and I don't believe we have any informants aimed at Catholic churches.
Does your department have a problem with anti-Catholic bias?
Our department protects all religions and all ideologies. It does not have any bias against any religion of any kind. Decisions about how to go about this were made on the ground by FBI agents.
So you're saying you don't know?
I'm saying what I just said.
Which is that you're abdicating responsibility?
I'm not abdicating responsibility.
Then give me the answer. Do you think, in your opinion, you are the Attorney General of the United States, you are in charge of the Justice Department, and yes, sir, you are responsible. Yeah. So give me an answer. We're supposed to hate long guns and assault-style weapons. You're happy to deploy them against Catholics and innocent children.
Joe, we got to start with the acting. It's just...
Oh, my God.
You know, I was just thinking, Willie... the acting, I'm so glad you picked up on that, because as I was looking at this, I was thinking, I really think that Morning Show should do, I think, a service to all of these members. We could play the Sarah McLachlan tune, Into the Arms of an Angel, right? And say for $5, just $5, you can contribute to people who are insurrectionists against the United States of America, who tried to overthrow a democratic election, and help them with acting lessons. Because I must say, by the way, here we have these three populists. The guy screaming, and again, some of the worst acting I've seen.
I'm still about to.
But anyway, you've got the first guy was a Princeton boy, who I think he went to Harvard Law School, and then you had the cornpone guy, the Oxford boy who voted for John Kerry. And then you had Josh Hawley screaming, the insurrectionists.
Oh, wow. We have a graphic?
Look at this chart.
We have a graphic?
I love this. And then you had, they don't have the Oxford boy.
I'm embarrassed for Ivy.
The Oxford boy. And then you had Josh Hawley, who went Yale undergrad and then Stanford Law School, and they're all screaming and yelling, doing their populist nonsense. But I mean, this is very good. But we need just Oxford. If we can do one that just has members who went to Oxford and voted for John Kerry and play right-wing populist. That would be
Drink
great.
lattes.
Maybe we can work on that one too. But first of all,
That was so bad.
Ted yelling about the most politicized Department of Justice ever following Donald Trump's Justice Department, and Barr, who just played Donald Trump's lackey until the very end when he decided, well, I need to get out and write a book about how I won the war. It's mind-boggling. And then you got, these guys pick up things off the internet, and they actually have the temerity to act shocked and then ask Merrick Garland, do you take long guns after little children? Like, what are they doing? This is like who's the oldest Republican ever
Strom Thurmond?
No, well, it's not Strom. He's
Chuck
dead.
Grassley.
Well, I thought you meant in history.
Grassley.
Yeah.
Grassley. What is it with these people going, they're taking AR-15, so they're kicking down doors and shooting people. Now Josh Hawley says they're doing that to Catholics. Like, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that they're doing this, Willie. But again, you had Donald Trump. Not one of them complained when Donald Trump was pushing his attorney general to arrest his political opponent and their family 2 weeks before the presidential election. And these are the people that led the insurrection against the United States government from within the legislative branch. And they're the ones that are the most shocked and stunned. Like, what a joke.
Yeah, I think they're probably not shocked and stunned, as we saw by some of that bad acting. We've got to get a workshop or something. Maybe, I don't know if Rob Reiner would volunteer some of his time, some of our great directors, and just kind of help them in these performances, because it's a little much, as you point out, because these are the very people, these are the very senators who cheered on the insurrection, who supported the people who went to the Capitol and attacked the Capitol. And I won't even explain to you, if you're watching the show wondering what Senator Hawley was talking about there, it's a story about a man in Pennsylvania who stands outside abortion clinics and harasses women as they go in and out. Got into a confrontation, a shoving match with someone at one of them. He was charged with assault. He was acquitted later. But it was the way he was arrested that Josh Hawley's talking about, that FBI agents showed up at his house with guns to arrest him. They thought that was too much. That's what he's talking about. If you're living in your life every day, going about your life or your job and with your kids, you may not know about that, but it's something that has consumed certain corners of cable news and the internet, and that's what he brought to that hearing with the Attorney General yesterday. So seizing on these people, these incidents, to make a larger point in their eyes about the weaponized Department of Justice.
Coming up, what Joe Biden